As the famous saying suggests, embarking on a journey of 1,000 miles with a single step. If you're keen to take that first step towards establishing your podcast and increasing your listeners, you're in the right spot. Lucky you! Today we'll look at all the advice, tactics, and approaches you need to transform your podcast concept into a flourishing show with a committed fan base. Get comfortable, take it easy, and prepare to discover how to effectively share your views and broadcast your message. With that being said, let's dive in. The first step is to strategize your show name. Choosing the right name for your podcast is crucial. It's the first thing people will see and hear, and it sets the tone for your entire show. Your name needs to be catchy, memorable, and most importantly, reflective of your content. It should give listeners a good idea of what your podcast is all about, and entice them to click that play button. Think of your show's name as your first impression. You want to make sure it's a good one, and that it leaves a lasting impact on your audience. It's important to do your research and come up with a name that hasn't been taken yet, while also considering the keywords and phrases that will help your podcast show up in search results. Plan content ahead. When it comes to creating a successful podcast, content is king. If you want your show to stand out in a sea of competitors, you need to deliver episodes that are not only entertaining but genuinely helpful and informative. This means putting in the time and effort to plan out your episodes, research your topics, and deliver content that your audience can't get enough of. But why is this so important? Well, for starters, it sets you apart from the countless other podcasts out there. Your listeners have a lot of options when it comes to audio content, and if you're not providing them with something valuable, they're likely to tune out and move on to something else. On the other hand, if you're consistently delivering episodes that are packed with relevant information, your listeners will keep coming back for more. They'll trust you as a source of expertise in your niche, and they'll be more likely to share your content with their networks, helping you reach a wider audience. Plan launch promotion. Launching a podcast can be both exciting and nerve-wracking. You've spent countless hours planning and creating your content, and now it's time to put it out there for the world to hear. But how do you ensure that your launch is successful and that your podcast starts out on the right foot? Well, there are two main ways to achieve a successful launch: planning and promotion. First and foremost, planning is crucial. This means having a solid strategy in place for your podcast launch and executing it flawlessly. You need to have a clear understanding of your target audience and create content that resonates with them. You also need to have a well thought out launch plan that includes things like release dates, guest appearances, and marketing strategies. By taking the time to plan out your launch, you can ensure that you're setting yourself up for success right from the start. But planning alone isn't enough. You also need to promote your podcast and get in front of as many people as possible. This means leveraging social media, paid advertising, and other strategies to reach your target audience and build buzz around your show. Cross-promote with peers. When it comes to growing your podcast audience, finding ways to get in front of new listeners is key. One strategy that can be highly effective is cross-promotion with other podcasts in your space. By identifying other shows that have a similar audience size and demographic of your own, you can work out a mutually beneficial promotion arrangement. This might involve trading promo spots at the beginning or end of your episodes, sharing each other's content on social media, or collaborating on a joint episode or series. The beauty of cross-promotion is that it allows you to tap into an existing audience that is already interested in the type of content you create. By teaming up with other podcasts in your niche, you can reach new listeners who may not have discovered your show otherwise. Of course, it's important to approach cross-promotion with a spirit of generosity and collaboration. You should be willing to promote your partner's show just as much as they promote yours and work together to create high-quality content that will appeal to both of your audiences. Schedule a host podcast tour. As a podcaster, you know that building an audience is crucial to the success of your show. And while there are many strategies for growing your listenership, one tactic that can be especially effective is guesting on other podcasts. By getting the host of your show scheduled as a guest on other podcasts in your niche, you can tap into an existing audience and introduce them to your show. This is because people who are already listening to podcasts in your space are likely to be interested in the same topics and themes that your show covers. By appearing on other podcasts as a guest, you can showcase your expertise, provide value to the audience, and build relationships with other podcasters in your community. But it's important to be strategic about the podcasts you choose to appear on. You want to target shows that have a similar audience and are covering similar topics to your own. This way, you can be sure that the people who hear you as a guest are likely to be interested in your show as well. You also want to make sure that you're prepared for your guest appearances with a clear understanding of the show's format, audience, and tone. Maximize SEO potential. When it comes to growing your podcast audience, it's important to remember that not all of your potential listeners are searching specifically for podcasts. Many people turn to search engines like Google when they're looking for information or answers related to your show's topic. That's where search engine optimization, or SEO, comes in. By optimizing your website and other online content for relevant keywords and phrases, you can increase your visibility in search results and attract more traffic to your site. This can, in turn, help to grow your podcast audience. Of course, SEO can be a complex and ever-evolving field, but there are a few key strategies you can use to get started. These might include optimizing your website's meta tags and descriptions, creating high-quality written content around your show's topics, building backlinks to your site from other reputable sources, and making sure your website is mobile-friendly and loads quickly. Reuse episodes for videos. As a podcaster, you know that social media can be a powerful tool for growing your audience and engaging with your listeners. But when it comes to sharing audio content on social, it can be a bit of a challenge. After all, most people are scrolling through their feeds on their phones, and stopping to listen to a full podcast episode isn't always practical or convenient. That's where video comes in. By creating short video clips that highlight the most engaging or informative parts of your podcast episodes, you can capture the attention of your social media followers and entice them to tune in to the full episode. Whether you're sharing a clip of a particularly funny moment, a deep dive into a topic that's sure to spark interest, or an inspiring quote from a guest, video can be a highly effective way to share your podcast content on social media. Create funny promos. Laughter is the best medicine, and it can also be the secret ingredient to growing your podcast audience. In today's fast-paced digital world, people are bombarded with information at every turn, and it can be tough to stand out from the crowd. That's where humor comes in. By producing funny videos that showcase your podcast's personality and unique voice, you can create a memorable impression on your audience and make them feel good about your brand. When people are entertained and amused by your content, they're more likely to remember it and share it with others. This can lead to increased exposure for your podcast and ultimately a larger audience. But it's not just about being funny for the sake of it. Your funny videos should also be relevant to your podcast's theme and topics and should align with your brand's values and messaging. Alright guys, that wraps up our video for today. I hope you found these tips and strategies helpful. If you're interested in learning more about podcasting and growing your audience, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.